Auburn Blitz is now on the air. Your daily look into what's happening in Auburn athletics. With your host, Andy Graham, Brett Pritchard, Randy Lee, War Eagle.
Hello again, everyone, and good Friday afternoon. Welcome into this, the latest edition of the Auburn Blitz. I am Andy Graham alongside Brett Pritchard. We'll be with you for the next hour, as always, taking your comments, taking your phone calls, talking about everything going on in the world of Auburn athletics. A lot to talk about, a lot of good things happening with this Auburn football team as far as this recruiting class continuing to get a little bit better and better as we look at some of the prospects in the all-star games, as we look at the transfer portal. Auburn gets a big commitment from yet another offensive tackle.
Wow.
An offensive
We
tackle.
may have an entire line of tackles.
Did I hear I was watching I think I was watching some show, and they said that Hugh Freeze has now gotten more offensive tackles committed than any coach since 2017.
That's right.
That the whole time from 2017.
Then combined. No,
combined.
Not than any coach
I think
since 2017.
Combined from 2017.
Combined.
It
Was anything –
it's staggered.
Look, I know Gus tailed off and he had his issues. But, you know, we never really complained about Gus's recruiting. Brian – every single day that passes, it just like seems to get worse the further away you get from it of how bad Brian Harsin was. Man, was this a bad dude? Is he just a bad person? I mean, seriously. I mean, somebody that was that lazy, was hired to do such, hired to do a job and get paid a lot of money to do it. And he just sat on his and did nothing. I mean, never left the complex. The coaches didn't save the ones that knew they had to get out, like Cornell and Zach and those guys. Jimmy Brumbaugh. I mean, it's embarrassing. He should be embarrassed. And this should be a signal to whoever decides to hire him moving forward. I don't think the guy's going to be out of football the rest of his life. I think he's going to go back to coaching. But, I mean, good God, man. He fell on his face so bad. It was all really on his back. It was his lack of doing anything. I mean, if you do any research and you pull up Brian Harsin in the state of Alabama, you read the articles that were associated with him that were written over the past year about how terrible he did in recruiting and how he never got out and met the coaches and had no relationship and didn't appear to even try to have one.
Yeah.
I mean, is that who you want to hire moving forward? Is that a resounding resume builder if you're a head football coach?
It makes you. I mean, it's not like this was his first gig. So, I mean, he'd been around for a while.
What caused him to just absolutely quit? I mean, let's go.
Apparently, this is what he did at Boise, and you can win 8, 9 games, 10 games.
That just shows you he never understood where he was.
It shows you the difference between Mountain West football and SEC football.
It
too.
Sure does. I mean, well, I didn't need him to fall on his face to know the difference in that, but that just really kind of puts an exclamation point on it. And Alan Green to go out and do what he did and just go rogue and hire Brian Harsin, thinking that he was going to, set the woods on fire and hey, look, I got y'all. Watch this kind of deal. And we all were fooled. He started off 6-2.
Oh yeah,
had Auburn ranked number 18 in the country, or 15, I believe, after the Arkansas win.
Sure.
Didn't win another game after that.
No, wasn't good. Gunnar Britton comes over from Western Kentucky, 6'6", 305 pounds. It looks like Auburn, again, has got two very experienced tackles are in the transfer portal. That's
right.
A wonderful thing. Still more to come. Some guys visiting this week. We'll talk about some of those names. And
Andy, he went from a 2-star high school recruit now to after he's been reevaluated to a strong 4-star. If you look at his ranking, a strong 4-star.
When you look at his pro football, numbers.
Well, I also read somewhere today,
Football Focus.
how they grade. Yeah, Football Focus. Yeah, he was like his hurry. I don't know all the different. They have so many different analytics and categories of how they grade players, but he was in like the top 5 or 6 tackles in the country in giving up hurries and sacks.
Right.
I mean, so what else can you grade a tackle on other than that, really?
That's what you want out of him for sure, especially in this modern day.
You look at
college football.
The line that Auburn has potential put out there. Of course, these guys have to go through a spring and get acclimated. But what Auburn returns, with the Jeremiah Wright and is it Tate Johnson at center after. He's a big kid, but he was having a good. It looked like he was going to have a good year. And some of the other guys that go in the mix with these guys coming in, now all of a sudden, I mean, your offensive line could possibly be a strong suit moving into the spring.
Offensive line's a lot about chemistry. You're bringing in a lot of different pieces from a lot of different places. So there's that aspect of it that that's what the spring is for, though. Get these guys in, before the 18th. Get them enrolled and let them go through spring, and let's build some chemistry with these guys, because that's you're going to have to do that.
But the fact that we even said or even entertained the notion that our offensive line might be a strong suit.
Yeah, really.
I mean, I'm really
considering there was about 6 guys in the room, after everybody left, and went on Social Security. We're filling this room with some. And it's not all one and dones. Now Britton is a one and done.
He is.
But I mean, you're bringing in a Tyler Johnson that we flipped from Texas Tech, I think it was. It's going to be
right.
a true
and you got
freshman.
3 or 4 guys.
Dylan Wade's got more than one.
Well, and then just the high school guys you're bringing in.
That's what I'm talking about.
That Gary said. Gus Malzahn didn't. On his show this morning, he said, Gus Malzahn didn't have the portal. Hugh Freeze had the portal. I said, well, take that out, Gary. I said, we're going to sign 4 offensive linemen in this class outside of the transfer portal. Actually, the ones that we went out and got.
Yeah.
I said, so I hear what you're saying, but, even if you took the transfer portal out, Hugh Freeze has done a much better job than either of the last 2 coaches we've had.
You wonder whether, like you said, there's several more that are going to be visiting. We're talking about guards too now. You really like Jeremiah Wright, but
I
there
think
was
he has
some other
potential
guys.
to be really good.
I think so.
Just leave him alone. Leave him in one spot so he didn't have to worry if he's going to play defense.
That'll help.
One week and offense the next.
That'll help for sure. Auburn got a basketball game this weekend. Auburn and Arkansas. They invite the Razorbacks into Neville Arena. That's going to be a big game for Auburn, coming off a loss on the road to Georgia.
Just a terrible loss too.
It's not good.
Again, Mike White's doing a great job with Georgia. They're 11-3. Tom Crean had pretty much run the program in the ground, and to do what he's done early. I know it's early. I don't know how they'll finish in the SEC, but Auburn's been the winningest program in the SEC the last 5 years. That's a game you don't go on the road and lose. It's not. It played on the road's tough. And you're going to get everybody's best shot. But you got to find a way to win. And Andy, you go down the box score. And, again, I go back to a couple of years ago when we were going over each game after Auburn played. And, you'd have 4 or 5, maybe 6 guys in double figures. And the point distribution, it is not there. Janai Broome has gotten better. He obviously is getting better every time he goes on the floor. He's now Auburn's leading scorer. Point per game average, I think, up around 14. Wendell Green's dropped off. Our guard play is really, really subpar, if not horrible, right now. But the other guys that you're depending on, the 3 freshmen, you weren't saying that you were going to have somebody come in and replace Jabari Smith and Walker Kessler, but you brought 3 highly touted freshmen in that you felt like were going to be contributing at this point. They're not contributing at all.
No.
0. Between the 3 had 1 point the other night. Trent Westry got 1 minute.
1 minute.
And
he may still be hurt from the knee surgery.
And he may be, but Johan Traore, he was on the floor for 8 minutes, and he didn't have a single rebound or a point. Didn't even attempt a shot. What is he doing?
I don't. That's what. I asked David. David and I talked about that yesterday, and David actually sent me a text and said that he ran it. He went to Baumheimer's and he actually talked to Bruce Pearl. And
They called him off the side and kind of got in the booth and
he said Trey, according to Bruce, he said Trey Orr was a man. I brought up yesterday that Trey Orr had 20 points back to back in that Israel trip. Right. He said he was just a man amongst boys in that league, playing in those games, and he just has not translated yet. He hadn't caught up to the SEC caliber.
Caught up.
Look,
he can't even score.
That's what I'm saying.
He can't even accidentally score 2 points.
We're
talking
troubling.
about a guy who was a 5-star recruit, man.
It's troubling.
This is not a guy that was a preferred walk-on that you're trying to work into the lineup. This is a guy that you were expecting to come in and get massive minutes and be a contributor, and you're putting him on the floor for 8, 9, 10 minutes, and he's not even – it's like you could play with 4 and be just as good. He's not even attempting a shot, Andy. I mean, it's not – there's something amiss here. I mean, it's not good all the way around.
Oh, that's true. Well, look, I mean, as far as the Georgia game, Wendell Green, Jalen Williams, and K.D. Johnson had horrible games. That's just the bottom line. I think that's going to be a rarity that all 3 of those are going to have a terrible game at once. Because if it is, Auburn's not going to win a lot of games.
K.D. Johnson hasn't played well in a year.
Games going forward.
Well, K.D. Johnson ain't played well in a year. So you expecting him all of a sudden to catch fire?
Well, I expect him to give us I mean, he's capable of giving you double-digit points. Now, I mean, he has this year. It's just all those 3 guys in combination cannot have a bad game altogether.
Jalen Williams was 1 for 7. I mean, it just –
they were like 4 for 26.
They cannot – did you see the video of practice of them shooting? There was a whole minute's worth on Twitter. They didn't miss a shot. They get in the game, they can't hit a shot. I know it's practice, but it's like mental now. It's like mental now.
That's what it is. Up against our first break here. Don't go anywhere. More to come on this edition of the Auburn Blitz.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice. Bice Motors.
Concrete Basement and Walls, LLC, 205-229-0234. Call owner Eric McKenzie now to get your free quote now. 205-229-0234. Concrete Basement and Walls, LLC.
WOTM is the television provider for all Alabama High School Athletic Association championship events and special programs. WOTM is your home for the Super 7 football, state finals basketball, baseball and softball state championships, the AHSAA weekly show, and WOTM also produced the first ever football playoff show, Super 7 preview show, and reclassification reveal show. Your exclusive home for all things AHSAA is WOTM. Contact your local cable provider to request WOTM to your channel lineup.
When you need an automotive hero, you got to call S&S Discount Tire Pros. With locations in Alexander City and Dayville, we are here to serve you today. From quick services like oil changes and tire rotations to in-depth automotive repairs such as suspensions, brakes, and tune-ups, S&S can take care of all your tire needs. You just have to focus on what's important and love the drive. Call S&S Discount Tire Pros today. We are automotive heroes, and we are here to serve you.
Whether it's Lake Martin, Lay Lake, or Logan Martin, boaters from all over the state of Alabama come to Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama, because it's worth the drive. With the best deals on unbeatable Suzuki outboards, Manitou and Landau tri-tunes, and a great pre-owned inventory while they last. Alex City Marine is the pros the locals know. And no matter where you're from, when you're here, you're local to us. Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama. AlexCityMarine.com.
Heritage South Credit Union in Alexander City is your community credit union, and they have been for over 80 years. Heritage South Credit Union proudly serves Tallapoosa, Coosa, Lee, Chambers, Randolph, and Chilton counties. From checking to business accounts, to share savings to club accounts, to their kids club and investments. Visit them online at myhscu.com. Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union for 80 years. Federally insured by NCUA.
Hey, it's Brett Pritchard, and I'm here to tell you all about Sims Foods, who you know better as Wickles Pickles. Wickles Pickles, that 90-year-old recipe, wickedly delicious. Relish, okra, and pickles. From Saturday sandwiches, tailgate snacks, to holiday dinners with your family and friends. From their family to yours, Wickles Pickles, those wickedly delicious pickles.
Wickles Pickles, wickedly delicious pickles.
Concrete Basement and Walls LLC, 205-229-0234. Call owner Eric McKenzie now to get your free quote now. 205-229-0234. Concrete Basement and Walls LLC.
No monthly payments until springtime at Glenn Smith Chevrolet in Opelika. New Chevy Silverado 1500 trucks discounted up to $9,250 off. Chevy Equinox up to $5,500 off, or payments as low as $369 a month. Shop online anytime at glennsmith.com. That's GLYNN Smith.com.
We have over 200 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way at Glenn Smith and Opelika. Get ready to smile.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Brett here with you. About 45 more minutes left in today's show, brought to you each and every day by Russell Dewitt Center. They got 10 locations around Central Alabama for all your building supply, home decor, tools, whatever it might be. Go and check out Russell Dewitt Center today. We're talking about this weekend is going to be, well, just a note, and we kind of been talking about this, of course. It's, big in the topic of the week. But DeMar Hamlin apparently breathing on his own, talking to his family, talking to his teammates, making a fairly incredible recovery here in the last 2 or 3 days. So neurological function seems to be intact. Brain function seems to be fairly, I guess, normal.
They said everything looks like it's the way it was.
So, I mean, just a tremendous, and it looks like this is going to turn out to be a very, very positive end to this story.
Yeah.
And we didn't think that was going to be
Well, I
the
can't
case.
wait to hear him, and I'm, when he gets strong enough and feels like he can get out in front and talk about this. And when he finally realizes all that's been done in the last, 3-4 days, and the outpouring of support, and, a toy drive he set for $2,500, and when he looks over there, so about $6 million, he's going to be like, and I think that's it's going to be awesome to hear him talk, and it's going to be a great testament to those people that were there within those first few minutes that saved his life, because that's how important and vital that is, to be right there and to have people that are professionals that can do the right thing and apply the right procedures, CPR and anything else that needs to be done to save someone's life. So again, I'm not saying it because we don't know from here, but I mean, if he makes a full recovery, what's to say he's not back on the field one day? And I know that's far away from anybody's thoughts, but look, I mean, if they come out and they say, man, this was a freak deal, and outside of that, we've checked everything out. He's good. He didn't have any underlying conditions. He's fully healthy. We're gonna give him the go to try it again if he wants to do that. Boy, what a strong day that'll be one day.
I'm telling you. Yeah, really. All things. all things, seem to be moving in the right direction.
Really going in fast forward
good
right
for
now
him.
in the positive direction.
Yeah. So that's so wonderful to hear for sure. Going back to Auburn, visitors this weekend. It's another guard tackle combo, kind of Damian George, who played at Alabama. Played in several games, I think, in 2021. Played in a few games here this year. Marcellus Johnson, he visited earlier. He was a guard kind of combo. I think Auburn's looking at him as a guard from Eastern Michigan. Micah Mazuka, I think is what we're going
Baylor.
with, from Baylor. He's been compared to kind of like the same kind of guy as Jeremiah Wright, as far as a very aggressive guard. That'd be a really nice guy to have. I'm finally looking – we finally get a linebacker on campus here. I've been screaming. We got to have some linebackers in this class, I think. But DeMario Tolan enters the transfer portal, and then he's on Auburn's campus the next day.
I mean,
that maybe sounds good to me. But, I mean, he was at LSU. He's a young guy. This is a guy that's got several years left of eligibility. He was just a freshman last year, I think. Jabari Thrash, the wide receiver from Georgia State, put up monster numbers for them this past year. Auburn wants to add at least one guy probably to the wide receiver room, although I like the wide receiver room. And Rondell Bothroyd, a great name, from Wake Forest. He's got really, really positive numbers as well. And then the defensive tackle from Lawrence Johnson. The defensive tackle Lawrence Johnson from Purdue.
Good Lord.
No
wonder he wants to get out.
Yeah, but they had a tough bowl game and got a new coach now too.
Yeah, all the way around. I gotta mention this. So Mike said, "What do you think about Bobby Petrino at Texas A&M?" And he had just taken a job at UNLV. That guy don't care what the next phone call, man, with that guy.
If it's a batter, he'll.
He don't have any ties to anything.
No loyalty to nothing.
He'll never escape that picture of that neck brace. So that's what everybody will always think of him as now. The two of them together. People can say what they want to and pound Hugh Freeze, but in our face right now, Bobby Petrino and Jimbo Fisher hanging out. Good Lord.
I can't.
Just go ahead and get Art Briles over there too while you're at it, and let everybody hang out together.
That's got to be. I can't imagine how that's going to work between those two.
They are a train. Texas A&M right now is a train wreck. There's no other way to spin it.
They are the Rock and Roll Express, baby. That is. They are a tag team.
27 guys left in the portal. 27 from Texas A&M.
Wow. Florida's got quite a few.
They have 22.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more of the Auburn Blitz right after these important messages.
Growing your business isn't just one thing, it's a million little things. Should you lease, rent, or own? How fast can you get that part? Does it fit the budget? That's what your local Cat dealer is here for. With expert advice, flexible financing, and industry-leading equipment, you can get the job done, day after day. Visit ThompsonCat.com, your compact equipment provider.
The Eric McKinley team at Mortgage Pro in Alexander City is the perfect lender for all your mortgage needs. Property values have increased and interest rates have never been so low. So if you haven't looked at refinancing your house in the last 6 to 12 months, Mortgage Pro is here to help you take advantage of that. Our team is closing loans in 15 days or less, so give us a call at 256-397-0248 and let our team go to work for you today.
Frontline Outfitters provides all your aftermarket parts for your cars, trucks, and as well as your professional tinting solutions for auto, residential, and commercial building. Frontline Outfitters also handles vinyl wraps, spray-in bed liners, truck accessories, LED lighting, paint correction and detailing, and much more. Make sure Frontline Outfitters of Alexander City is your first call for tinting and aftermarket solutions. Call us today, 256-409-8100.
The interstate is backed up this morning due to an accident.
So you don't like sitting still on the interstate? Get the free Algo traffic app. With Algo, you'll have the information you need to avoid problems on your route, to work, to home, to the beach. Traffic backups, wrecks, lane closures, all with current info and live traffic camera feeds. Know before you go with Algo Traffic, ALGO Traffic from the Alabama Department of Transportation. Get it today and arrive on time.
Attention! Have you or a loved one been diagnosed with cancer after using Zantac or other heartburn medications for several months? You may be entitled to compensation. Call Zantac Justice now for a free legal case review. The FDA has warned that Zantac and other medications containing heartburn drug ranitidine may be contaminated with cancer-causing agent NDMA. Consult your physician prior to discontinuing any use of medication.
Please call 800-379-5986.
Russell Building Supply and Home Center is just around the corner in a brand new convenient location with a wide selection of grills, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. The new store offers more home improvement items along with other helpful conveniences like a drive-through lumber yard and our Best Rewards program, making it an ideal destination for do-it-yourselfers and professional contractors. Get ready for game day on the plains by stocking up on all your Auburn tailgating gear at Russell Building Supply and Home Center.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare. Serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
For more than 40 years, Ingram Equipment Company has helped companies, towns, and cities with their dirtiest, most challenging jobs by providing the very best equipment and by helping them keep in tip-top working condition. IEC represents leading manufacturers such as Heil garbage truck bodies, Timco sweepers, Step pothole patchers, and many more. We proudly support all athletes and teams that compete across the state and wish them good luck this year. Ingram Equipment Company, ingramequipment.net.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Brett here with you. We got a while. About 30 more minutes left in today's show, if I can make it. We are brought to you each and every day by Big Fish Real Estate. They know this area backwards and forwards. They're always looking out for that next great property that they can give to you. Give them a call today, 551-BIG-FISH, or look them up, bigfishlakemartin.com.
Let's go to the phone lines. Terry, what's going on, man?
Hey, guys, how y'all doing today?
We're good, brother.
Great. Hey, guys, how many networks will be bidding for the movie rights if he gets walks out of the hospital?
Oh, man, it's going to be a great story. There's no doubt.
And right here around Christmas, a little after, but right here around Christmas time, make a good Christmas movie, won't it?
Yeah. I'd make a good movie anytime.
Yeah, exactly. The guys coming on campus, isn't it nice to see a coach actually addressing the needs, the offensive line, defensive line? It's one of the oddest things to ever hear, Brett, when you said the offensive line could actually be a strength. How long has it been since we've said that? 10 years?
Yeah, I wasn't going to maybe go that far. I was going to probably say around 5 to 7 for sure. But, going into a spring with what we have on this roster versus what we had just a few months ago, it's just night and day. And I know these guys have got to get in there and they've got to build that chemistry and stuff. But just the tools to be able to have guys that actually look like SEC offensive linemen and then playing like SEC offensive linemen is a massive plus going into spring.
Well, the reason I said 10 years, because I think 13 was the better offensive line with Greg Robinson and some of those guys, and Jay Prosper was absolute road.
Well, we've had some good linemen since, and we've had Braden Smith and some pieces. I mean, I wouldn't say all the way across the board, but we've had some decently strong offensive lines. But the last 3 or 4 years, not so much.
Well, you're right. We've had some good offensive linemen like Braden Smith, others, but as Andy was speaking to the chemistry, it just seemed on an offensive line it was really good. Guys, they were running the ball on 3rd down and 7 in that team, so that's how good the offensive line was. And then you had Nick Marshall, who just could pull a rabbit out of a hat, seemed like some. Anyway, what's the word on the quarterback? You haven't got anything? I mean, I think we need a body for the room. It's not necessarily a need, because I think he's got more faith in Robbie Ashford than people think.
I think he knows what he's got with Robbie Ashford. I think he understands that, with a little coaching, that Robbie Ashford could be a good quarterback in this league. I do think Auburn is still very interested in Spencer Sanders. I don't know if they'll end up landing him or not, but I think he's in the mix. And
I think that's a name you definitely need to keep an eye on.
Absolutely.
Okay, let me switch to basketball real quick. What can you say, guys? I just wish people would address the elephant in the room. There's deeper-rooted problems on that team, whether it's in the locker room or the coaching staff or whatever it is. There are bigger problems on that team than just being able to, inability to shoot the ball. There are much bigger problems, and for some reason the people don't want to address them. And we can. I'm no fan of Alan Flanagan, and you aren't either, Brett. But I'm no fan of Wendell Green, quite honestly, because I just think he's a shooter, and he's at 5'9.5", or he's listed at 5'11". He's probably really about 5'9.5". You better be able to create a shot, and he can't do it at that size. And quickness, everybody's quick at that level.
I mean, Bruce went out and got these guys, in the portal, and you're right. I mean, look, I told Gary Harris on his show today, the guard play's gone downhill the last 2 years. I mean, Katie Johnson, after the first half of last year, kind of went in a hole and hadn't been able to recover from that. And Wendell Green, since we've gotten into SEC play, has struggled. Zep Jasper's non-existent, and Trey Donaldson is getting minutes, and he's young, but he's not really producing anything either. And if you don't have production out of your guards, it's like not having a quarterback in football. You're going to struggle.
To me, Trey Donaldson is a true point guard. He's a facilitator of the ball. I mean, he's not a point guard, he's a point scorer. He's a point guard, and that's the way I look at that. Now, it's obvious this year that Kessler and Smith covered up a lot of Auburn's weaknesses last year. It's very obvious to me. It's just there's something in that locker room. I don't know what's going on now that Chris Beard has been fired at Texas. They did fire him. I'm correct on that, Anna?
That is right. That's right.
Okay. Who knows where that's going to go? Who knows where they're going to go? I don't know if Bruce has other aspects. I don't know what's going on. I really don't know what's going on down here. I don't know, but there's something you can bet on that because those guys didn't forget how to shoot the ball. I can promise you that. So we'll see. But I don't expect them to win Saturday. And quite honestly, if they don't get better, I expect them to win too many more games, period.
We'll see. It's going to be tough.
I appreciate it. Y'all take care. Good weekend.
Appreciate it. You too, Terry. I mean, do you think there's some –
I don't – I
told you about some things that we were told, know, and I do think there's obviously a disconnect. There looks like there's more. We saw Wendell Green coming off the floor against Florida, and he was kind of mad about the situation, I guess, of him not getting the ball more or him not getting the ball back. Of course, he's going to bring the ball down as a point guard, but, if you're a scorer, you got to get the ball back. And maybe he was a little frustrated. It just seems like and of course, when you're losing or you're struggling, there's going to be more frustration.
Of course. And I can't speak to, the likes and dislikes of, players within the, in the locker room. I'm not there. I don't know.
Katie Johnson had to sit out because of an issue.
He was late for practice.
Yeah, and there was more to that, I think.
Yeah, so I don't know. There's this team – I think the bottom line is this team's just not as good as some of the teams that we've had. You have down years in basketball. We're not gonna be a a Sweet 16 team every year. This is a down year. You'll bring in some more talent next year, and hopefully you'll be right back, competing for the SEC. But we won the SEC championship last year. Let's not forget
we're the winningest
okay?
team in the last 5, Andy. It didn't have anything to do with it. That was last year. And you had.
I get that, but I mean, you could say. I mean,
but you had Jabari and Walker. Like Terry, I will say this about Terry. I think they did mask a lot because the guard play ended up costing us last year. At the end of the year, we weren't getting anything out of Wendell Green or KD Johnson, and the emphasis and the pressure were on those two guys inside.
Well, what cost us last year at the end of the year was a much more athletic Miami team that just ran us off the
I know
wall.
that, but we struggled, Andy, coming down the stretch last year because of our guard play. We had to hold on.
Struggled down the stretch. We won the.
But we had to hold on. You remember how close it was?
Yeah, but I mean, holding on between.
But just
some
go
really
back and
good
look at the
teams
guard
in
play the
SEC
last
as well.
2 years.
I get it.
That's why
I
you're
get
looking at scoring 64 points a game.
I get it. Don't
got
go
to have
anywhere.
better
We'll be
production.
back with more of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
Tails are wagging and pets are bragging about Zoom to Groom. Columbus, Phoenix City, and Smith Station. Zoom to Groom comes to you. It's mobile pet grooming from the comfort of your driveway. Schedule your appointment now online at zoomtogroom.net or by phone at 334-740-9909.
At CNT Electric, our clients are our priority. For the safety and security of your family and home, our technicians are professionally trained, drug tested, background checked, and wear uniforms with name tags. We're proud to have served the Elk City, Dadeville, and Lake Martin areas for the past 10 years. Give us a call at 256-234-0007 for all your electrical service and repair needs, or visit us on the web at www.cntelectricllc.com and spell out the word "and."
Something big is coming. Something so big, it'll change the world of chicken sandwiches. Zaxby's new signature sandwich with Zax sauce or new spicy Zax sauce, because the chicken sandwich war ain't over yet. The new signature sandwich. All the other little sandwiches can run along. We'll take it from here.
76% of nurses say they went into the profession because they wanted to help patients. No matter the reason you decided to become a nurse, you have all the tools needed to advance your degree at Jacksonville State University. Our Master's in Nursing program is now offered fully online and can be completed in less than 2 years. You can customize a flexible course schedule so you can receive your advanced education degree all while working on the front line. JSU Nursing, your opportunity to advance your career and serve your community.
Country Clipper zero-turn mowers are designed for comfort, accessibility, and ease of use. Only Country Clipper offers your choice of steering options with industry-exclusive joystick steering or twin lever steering. Their patented stand-up deck, standard on every model, allows for quick access to the underside of the deck for routine maintenance. With a wide front step and optional handrail, getting on or off your mower has never been easier. Stop by Fun Carts of Opelika today for a test drive. Country Clipper mowers, designed for you. Fun Carts of Opelika, located at 618 Lee Road, 113 in Opelika, Alabama.
WAXC TV3's Basketball Game of the Week is presented by Glenn Smith Chevrolet Buick GMC on the Columbus Parkway in Opelika. Get ready to smile. Catch game replays on WAXC TV3 and on our Roku app. Games replay Monday and Friday at 8 p.m. and also Saturday and Sunday at 6:30. Catch the replays of these games airing now from Glenn Smith Chevrolet Buick GMC in Opelika and WAXC TV3.
Tails are wagging and pets are bragging about Zoom to Groom. Columbus, Phoenix City, and Smith Station. Zoom to Groom comes to you. It's mobile pet grooming from the comfort of your driveway. Schedule your appointment now online at zoomtogroom.net or by phone at 334-740-9909.
Brubaker Motors in Montgomery is the largest and fastest growing used car dealership in the River region. You can absolutely get a better buy at Brubaker. It's better at Brubaker.com.
Brubaker, Brubaker, Brubaker.
You can absolutely get a better buy at Brubaker.
BREWBAKER. BREWBAKER.com.
It's better at Brubaker.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Brett here with you. About 20 more minutes left in today's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. We are brought to you each and every day by Mortgage Pro. The Eric McKinley team, they are saving people thousands of dollars each and every year on their home mortgage. Give them a call today, 256-397-0248, 256-397-0248. They are always looking out for your best interest, and they are closing loans in about 15 days. Always taking care of the veterans as well. Mortgage Pro, the Eric McKinley team, great business right here in Alexander City, but they service the entire state of Alabama.
You know, let me go back and continue what we were talking about the guard play. We had two guys in double figures the other night. Janai Broom is playing great. I mean, he's gotten better every week. He seems to be really figuring it out, and he, had 12 rebounds to go with it. It's a solid performance. Jalen Williams has dropped off. He was 1 of 9 shooting. He was a guy just a couple weeks ago that was carrying Auburn. I mean, looked like he was going to be a piece that Auburn could rely on. Then he comes back the last couple of games and he struggled. One guy really playing well. Then you got Alan Flanagan, who is just as, likely to have 11 turnovers as 11 points. But anyway, he did have a decent night the other night, so give him credit. Two guys, man, in double figures. Hey, you and I talked about it numerous times. In the past, 4, 5, 6 guys having double figures, consistently for Auburn, night in and night out. I'd even take 3 or 4 at this point, but, 2's not going to cut it. And, I know one thing I have also noticed, Andy, you go back and look at the box scores of the games that we've lost. The guy from USC, there's one guy that really had a good night against us. I think he scored 26 or 7 points. Memphis had a guy score, almost 30 points.
Yeah.
The other night against Georgia, they had a guy go for 26. There's one guy, seems like, on these teams that we don't know how to guard, or
it's usually an elite guard.
That's right, but it's the difference in the ball game. That one guy, it's like the other players on the team are okay, held in check for the most part. We're letting one guy pretty much beat us.
Well, we came into the season thinking our depth was going to be the biggest strength of this team, and you can't. It's not working out right now. If you don't get any contribution from that depth, it don't really help to play them. So I get it, and you're exactly right. That one player, the defense seems to be, we're holding teams down.
We've lost 3 games.
Way below their average, but we're scoring below their average. Below our average.
In those 3 games, we've had one guy on the opposing team really kind of go for a career night. 25, 30 points, and we can't figure out a way to stop them.
I think Wendell Green will bounce back. I think he's going to give us his 12 to 14 points a night. I think he will be okay. Now, K.D. Johnson, Jalen Williams, again, all 3 of them struggling at one time. That was the biggest difference. And you look, Georgia shot, I think, like 30-something free throws. Auburn shot like 20. They made 22. Auburn made 10. That's 12 points. That's the game. They got to the line more. They were aggressive more. Terry Roberts, the transfer from Bradley,
and we're still struggling.
He was the biggest difference.
We're still struggling on the boards too. A lot of times on the defensive side, they're getting 2, 3 chances at a basket.
Yeah,
and you can't do that.
I think we had 21 offensive rebounds in that game, and yet we only had like 11 second chance points. It's just, we miss how many we miss at the rim.
Right out of the first 5 minutes,
we were 3 of 16.
It was, and half
to
of them
start
were at
the
the
game.
rim.
Yeah,
half. I think I said that in the text message group we were in. I said, man, half of them were at the rim.
That's the kind of thing you can't do on the road, and expect to try to win that game. So,
you do that at home,
A
you're
lot
gonna
of
lose
different
too.
factors going in. This Arkansas team is really good. They're the number 13 team in the country. They deserve to be, but they got 7 guys. They only have, I think, 2 guys in. They got 3
They
guys.
got 3 guys that average double figures.
3 guys.
And they're missing Nick Smith, so he's probably their best player, and he won't be back. He hadn't been back since he's been out for a while.
Mid-December.
He's been out for a while. I'm not expecting him back in this game.
Ricky Council's pretty good.
Well, he's one of the top scorers in the league.
Yeah,
over 18 points a game. So, look, Arkansas has been did they go to the Elite Eight last year? I know they went to Sweet 16, but they've been there twice, 2 years in a row. I didn't know I can't remember if they made it to the Elite Eight or not. But anyway, bottom line is that's what you get rolling into to the arena on Saturday. A team that's a deep run team into the tournament.
It's going to need to be another typical Auburn atmosphere to try to lift this team up. And Auburn they play better at home.
Well, they feed off that.
That's just what
and that's
it is.
part of being at home in college basketball, especially if you're a good program and your place is sold out and they're into the game the way Auburn fans are into the game. It's no different going to Cameron Indoor. I mean, somebody every blue moon goes into Cameron Indoor and wins a game, but it ain't very often.
No.
And so, that's the way it's been the last 3 years for Auburn at home. So,
well, you got to find a way to play better. There's only so much that you can do with scheming and trying to. But like you said, I mean, there are things that Bruce can do, and I'm sure that they are, racking their brain trying to figure out.
Look,
how
nobody's
to get the
coaching
offensive
harder.
Flow better going.
He's coaching his rear end. I mean, the game was over basically. He was out there in the last 2 minutes just coaching his rear end. You don't have to worry about that. Ain't nobody questioning that. Just trying to figure out what is missing and why this team doesn't seem to be on track.
If it's mental, that's hard to figure out.
Yeah,
If
and
it's
I've seen
physical,
people
you can
say,
figure it
well,
out.
they just need to learn how to shoot. Well, good Lord, man, it's not that they don't know how to shoot. There's something going on.
The physical's easy to fix. The
Yeah.
mental, not so much. We'll be back with more. One final segment of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
Hey guys, this is Nate Paz with Airport Motors.
I'm Connor Branch with Fairway Auto Brokers in Opelika, Alabama.
And this is your first ever Lake Martin Summer Car Blitz.
That's right, Lake Martin. Airport Motors and Fairway Auto Brokers is teaming up for the very first Lake Martin Summer Car Blitz. Make sure to check out either website for the very best selection of pre-owned luxury trucks, SUVs, and sedans in East Alabama. Get pre-approved in minutes online and make sure to use the keyword Summer Blitz in the comments section for $500 off internet price. That's keyword Summer Blitz.
Folks around these parts have known for a long time that Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280, is your #1 stop for automotive service and repair. At Walls Tire, you'll always find quality service at a fair price on everything from AC, name brand tires, big or small repairs, routine maintenance, towing, and more. When your car or truck needs to run right, there's one place in the area to go, conveniently located and easy to find. Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280.
Don't be caught in a dirty vehicle. Lake Martin Mobile Detailing will have your vehicle or boat looking like brand new in no time, and you'll be back driving in style. They specialize in detailing, paint correction, gel coat restoration, and ceramic coating. Take it to the professionals at Lake Martin Mobile Detailing. Call them today at 256-794-2328 or stop by and see them at 702 McCarty Road in Dadeville. Mention this ad and receive $10 off. Lake Martin Mobile Detailing for your cleanest vehicles around.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
Russell Do-It Center and building supply stores have the tools and materials to get the job done right, whether you're a professional contractor or just a weekend do-it-yourselfer. With everyday customer conveniences like a drive-through lumberyard, price match promise, and our Best Rewards program, each of our 9 locations offer top brands and building materials like lumber, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. Visit today and see what Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply can help you build tomorrow.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area.
The Eric McKinley team at Mortgage Pro in Alexander City is the perfect lender for all your mortgage needs. Property values have increased and interest rates have never been so low. So if you haven't looked at refinancing your house in the last 6 to 12 months, Mortgage Pro is here to help you take advantage of that. Our team is closing loans in 15 days or less, so give us a call at 256-397-0248 and let our team go to work for you today.
Need that boost to get you started in the morning or help get you through a long day at the office? Alex City Nutrition is your answer. Alex City Nutrition, located on 2nd Broad Street in downtown Alex City, offers meal replacement shakes, post-workout shakes, extreme rebuild products, and a vast array of loaded teas that offer focus, energy, and build up your immunity and overall health. Want to buy in bulk? We now offer your favorite flavors by the gallon. Come by Alex City Nutrition today or call 256-496-8284 to begin your journey to great health.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Brett here with you, closing things out to about 1 o'clock. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us.
Got a lot of comments. We ain't even gotten to them.
Right,
So we'll go run through these. David said, I think all of us expect more of our freshmen, but the best thing about freshmen is that they become sophomores. Well, maybe. Some you might be glad they become sophomores. Others you might be, not so much.
Auburn's notorious for missing out on a 5-star, okay? But that, I guess you got to.
Not so much in the last 5 years,
but I'm just talking about in football and everything.
Oh,
else.
yeah.
But I mean, I think West Street will come back. Surely those guys, they don't just forget how to be. And I mean, Traor's, his size and length and everything. He just needs some confidence.
That's something. He's got everything you'd want. Jim said, does TCU cover the 13-point spread on Monday? You think they're going to get blown out? I think there's a potential.
I think there's a potential they get blown out.
That could get ugly.
Yeah.
Another notch in the bad column for the little team, right?
Mm.
Ty said, I think Berman can be the best three-point shooter, but he doesn't play much. I'm not giving up on Auburn. I think Bruce will figure it out. Tomorrow will be the best test. Yeah, I mean, I think so. I mean,
I'm not giving up on anybody.
There's nobody giving up. It's just when you've been successful and you've sustained success like Auburn has, and you have a team that you were excited about, even though you lost 2 first-rounders, you felt really good about the freshmen that you had. We felt good about this class.
I hate to say it, but I don't think Lord Berman is the answer.
He's not.
I know
he may be the best
him.
three-point shooter.
I think he may be.
He knocked one down the other night.
Yeah.
He has many points.
Well, I mean, everybody gets one. I mean, everybody knocks one.
He was like 1 for 2. Like KD's like 1 for 5, and Wendell's like 1 for 8, and I mean, it just
Williams 1 for 9.
God,
yeah.
So
bad.
But anyway, I think, I mean, you'll be back home. Auburn's got what's the number up to now?
26.
26 game winning streak at home. So it is hard to play in there, and that's a positive. That's what you want your home court environment to be. It's been very tough for anybody to come into that arena in the last 3 years and come away with a win. So hopefully they'll keep that streak going.
Hopefully so. It is January the 6th. On this day, 1976, Ted Turner purchased the Atlanta Braves for a reported $12 million. That's like a good investment. Hey, George Steinbrenner and them bought the Yankees for $10 million. How much is it worth now? About $5 billion?
At least. At least.
1994, poor Nancy Kerrigan, was attacked by Galooly. Tanya Harding's
Why are we
boyfriend.
laughing about somebody getting attacked?
Why?
It was terrible.
Why? I mean, it's so stupid.
And Tanya Harding, that was the biggest.
Golly, she was such a.
It was trash.
If there's white,
it was trash. I mean, you were thinking what
she is, yeah, definitely. 2014, I hate to even bring it up, but the final BCS National Championship game took place on this day.
Didn't turn out too good for
it.
Her.
Didn't. That would have been the capper on the greatest college football season. I think ever. I really do.
This is typical Auburn. Just can't put the icing on the cake.
Happy birthday today, Ban Johnson. He actually literally, I think, formed the American League. He was responsible in baseball. I think he served as commissioner maybe for a while.
What's he got against pitchers?
Tom Mix, early Western movie star. If you've ever seen Tombstone,
yes.
They talk about Wyatt Earp when he died.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Mix was a pallbearer. Tom Mix wept. Early win. I didn't realize he was from Hartford, Alabama. Hall of Famer back in the early days of baseball as well. Earl Scruggs. As a flattened Scruggs with he created a banjo, the way to play the banjo, kind of prolific. Ralph Bronca, he gave up the shot heard around the world to Bobby Thompson.
Okay.
1951. The Giants win the pennant.
He was on the wrong.
How about Lou Holtz? Yeah, really. Lou Holtz.
Lou Holtz.
Whatever happened to Lou Holtz? You don't see him. He must have kind of retired.
Yeah, he's not.
You don't see him much anymore.
Or hear much from him.
But 1937, he's
approaching.
He's getting on up there.
Yeah, he is.
Sid Barrett, one of the founding members of Pink Floyd.
Okay.
He's the front man for a long time.
You a big Pink Floyd fan?
I like
Pink Floyd.
I like Pink
yeah,
Floyd.
They got some good ones.
Malcolm Young, he and his brother Angus make up the guitar for the AC/DC. Malcolm passed away in 2017. But Nancy Lopez, she was a really good female LPGA golfer. I think she married to Ray Knight.
I think she did.
I think she's right. Paul Azinger, another great golfer. Howie Long. Charles Haley, Hall of Famer as well as Howie. John Singleton, if you like Boys in the Hood. He was the writer and director of that one. Norman Reedus, you a Walking Dead fan?
No, I never got into it.
He was Daryl. He is Daryl.
You like Walking Dead?
I saw the first about 3 seasons, and then I was like, okay. Yeah. Gabrielle Reese. Oof.
Yeah.
Great volleyball player and rather fetching. Gilbert Arenas, A.J. Hawk. Irina Shank, another Russian model that just – And then Jameis Winston.
It was really
your
on
favorite,
his birthday.
Your favorite
His
player.
birthday was really on the day that he won the national championship. I think I remember that. He was licking his fingers from all the icing off the cake, getting that W.
Thinking about crab claws.
Eating that win, eating that W.
Yeah.
What a unique individual.
Who you got? Georgia, TCU?
Georgia, by a lot.
By a lot. Yeah. They cover.
with the
No
bed, with the
upset
bed
this time.
covers and sheets, everything. Yeah.
He's Brad. I'm Andy. Have a great weekend, everybody. So long for now. We'll talk again.